Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will be discussing about an agenda which is the professional courtroom conduct. Actually, I have talked about this thing earlier also in my previous video, but I am doing it again to press that thing because it is of seminal importance. So let us begin with the video. What is professional courtroom conduct and why is it even required? When you become a lawyer, or if you are a practicing lawyer, the most important and quintessential thing you should keep in mind always while appearing before a court is professional courtroom conduct. You have to behave properly, you have to be well dressed, and you have to be well groomed, and you should know how to speak, when to speak, and how to sorry sorry how to speak, when to speak, and what to speak. These are these things that you should keep in mind while arguing before a court. So let us begin with this thing, like what are the things that you should keep in mind. First thing, when you appear through VC or video conferencing, you should keep in mind that you should always open the camera of your video so that you are quite visible to the judge. Otherwise, they won't entertain your petition or your submissions. This is the fact I have seen in many courtrooms. So you should keep this thing in mind, like whenever you appear, please open the camera and have a stable network connection. Second thing, whenever the judge is speaking, actually these things I am not talking about it is not restricted only to district court or any lower court, but it is applicable to higher courts, that is Supreme Court and High Court also. So when you appear, like, and when you start arguing, and when you make submissions, you should always be aware and vigilant enough that if judge is speaking, then you should stop at that time and listen the question first. You have to be vigilant enough and you have to be aware enough to listen the judge's question, whatever they are speaking. And whenever they are speaking, you have to keep your mouth shut at that time. After that, when they complete their question, you should answer that question particularly, and don't give a vague answer. Answer that question specifically regarding whatever they are asking. Even if you do not have the answer, don't try to deviate and beat around the bush. Take apologies. If you have firm answer, then answer it. Otherwise, take apologies from your lordship and try to deviate only once, not twice, that I would say, because I have seen counsels deviating many times, and judges also uh, succumb to that deviation. So you can try your luck only one time, and no second times, never. And you should always respect your opposite counsel, whoever is appearing against you. You have to be in full respect with him, because you are in a fraternity which is not very big, and you cannot afford to have a mess with anyone or have dialogue or quarrel with any legal luminary or legal counsel. This fraternity is small, and if you just keep on that rivalry, and it will be not good for you, not at all. You should always keep in mind that you should be respecting the opposite counsel. If he is saying something inappropriate, you should be calm enough and compassionate enough to reply that. For example, if he is making personal commentary on your submissions, then you can just say, these type of personal comments may be avoided, Mr. Counsel. In this way, you are being polite and you are just giving reply to him. If he is interrupting consistently and giving run commentary while you submit your arguments, you can just say, Mr. Counsel, please wait for your turn. This way, no one will be able to succeed. So these are some things you should always keep in mind while arguing, and also while making a petition, you should restrict yourself on concisely on a topic or on your petition. You should not go here and there, and include judgments which are exactly on point. Don't put judgments only to make it lengthy or make it judgment rich. Those tricks won't work. Believe me, those tricks won't work. Only put relevant portion in it, because judges do not have enough time, or they do not actually have time to listen your vague arguments or vague judgments that whatever you have cited. Judges are constantly under pressure, because you already know the cause list of a high court judge or Supreme Court judge ranges around 50 to 120 cases per day, and they have to hear all the cases nicely in a day from 10:30 to 4:30 p.m. So you should be concise enough to represent your arguments briefly and concisely. And you should always keep in mind that judge do not have enough more abundance of time to listen only to you. He or she has 50 other counsel waiting for their case. So you should be concise enough and wrap your arguments as soon as possible and try to convince this. That is the motto. It should not be undermined at any time. And yes, this is the things that I would like to cover. So I'm wrapping up this video down here. I hope you find this video helpful. If helpful, then please do like. Otherwise, tata bye bye, take care. Thank you so much for watching.